and welcome back. With an array of unexpected weather patterns approaching, it's important to prepare for the possibilities of ice storms and or snow during the winter months. Joining us today to share some tips on keeping yourself out of the hospital is Jeffrey Hammerstein, District Chief with Wake County Emergency Medical Services. Thank you so much for being here. I guess the first question, Jeffrey, would be, what are some of the type of weather emergencies does Wake County EMS respond to every year?
Well, some of the things we see this time of year are simply the effects of the cold. We have people who are, particularly those who are more disposed to being out in the cold or being in a home maybe that's not heated or underheated, and just dealing with the effects of hypothermia.
Hypothermia tends to be really a problem for those vulnerable, such as the elderly and very young.
Sure, those end up being risk factors for a lot of different types of issues, and certainly it's true with hypothermia as well. If you have somebody who is long-term in an area or a home that's not quite as warm as it should be, you can see that maybe the medical history that they have kind of compounds that, and we have to be a little bit more careful about that. The other issue with heating the home is that there are some heat sources that are a little bit more dangerous than others. For example, it's absolutely vital that we don't use things like charcoal or those types of products to try to heat the home. They create dangerous gases that will very quickly be harmful to you. On that same note, just like you would have a smoke detector in the home, it's always a good idea to have a carbon monoxide detector in the home also, so that if there is a heat source that's causing a problem that could be dangerous to you, you'll be alerted to that and you can take action and give us a call.
And for those that think that they can beat Mother Nature and just stay out as long as possible, it doesn't take that long for you to start getting some of those symptoms of hypothermia.
That's entirely true. You really have to watch yourself. There's the hypothermia, there's also the frostbite issue, which takes a little bit longer to get, but it's a matter of keeping those fingers, toes, ears, those type of things, the tip of your nose covered and protected from those extreme cold temperatures when we have them. But also keeping a monitor on yourself. If you're out there for long periods of time, pay attention to that. Make sure you're dressed adequately and get in and get some warmth when it's time.
Some very innocent type events can also lead to having to go to the doctor's office and or emergency room. What are some of the common calls you get from those that are simply going outside to try to just take care of the home during these winter events? Falls
are not uncommon at all for us to respond to. A lot of times we like to think, oh, I can handle this. It's just a couple of quick steps in the ice and no big deal. But a lot of times those are the ones that kind of get the snake bite of the ice. So don't be too proud to take a moment, maybe salt the steps, kitty litter, that type of thing that will add a little bit of traction, and just be careful. A lot of times we'll see also in parking lots, people will go to the store, go to the office, get out, find that one slick spot as they're walking across, and down they go, and it's a pretty hard hit. So it's not uncommon to see a broken wrist or a twisted ankle, that type of thing.
And what about traffic-related calls during the winter months? There's some tips that they could adhere to as well.
Oh, absolutely. Anytime there's frozen precipitation, we're going to see the problems on the road. And every year, somebody in public safety will talk with media and get the word out, please stay off the roads unless it's absolutely necessary. And that really is a significant thing for us. Thing is, when there's snow and ice, the regular calls that we respond to, the regular needs are still there. They don't go away. Whether it's the chest pain or the stroke or the asthma attack, all of those continue on despite the weather. So anything that we can do, anything the community can help do to keep those roads open so that we can get where we need to get safely in an efficient manner, that's definitely a helpful thing. Not to mention the prevention of any traffic accident that someone may be involved in by being out on the icy road.
Okay, Jeffrey Hammerstein with Wake County EMS, thank you so much for being here. When we return, a member of Wake County Fire will join us to share tips on how you can protect your home during the holidays. Stay tuned.